Brilliance Audio presents Braver Than You Think, Around the World on the Trip of My Mother's Lifetime, by Maggie Downs, performed by Rachel Fulginetti. Jason wraps his lean body around me and squeezes me tightly. It is July 8th, 2010, the first night of our honeymoon. Some might mistake our embrace for passion, but mostly we are just cold on the floor of the Lima International Airport, huddled together for warmth. "Great honeymoon, sweetie," Jason says through clenched teeth. His dark hair is rumpled and his jawline is rough with stubble. Black-framed glasses sit askew on his face, one side of which rests against a sweatshirt-turned pillow. He's joking, but I do wonder how great this honeymoon will be, knowing we're about to split up. Technically, this trip to Peru is our first romantic getaway as a married couple, but it is also the launch of my year-long trip around the world, an idea that took root as my mother entered the final stages of Alzheimer's disease. I hatched the plan in 2009, 10 years into my career in daily newspapers. 10 years of work and accolades. My desk was a mountain of notebooks and files, along with plaques for Best Reporter, Best Features Writer, Best Column Writing of the company. But 10 years of telling other people's stories, not my own. Even though the job brought me to Palm Springs, California, where I met interesting people, it felt like my world had telescoped into something small, insignificant. I couldn't envision much beyond the nubby carpet walls of my newsroom cubicle. And travel? I barely made enough to cover rent in Southern California. How far could I get during my allotted 2 weeks of vacation? So the idea seemed wild at first. What if I quit my job and spent a year traveling the world to complete the journey my mother never had a chance to make? But as it began to marinate, the idea seemed less than wild. It felt necessary. My mom had a lot of goals, and she put them off to raise a family, to raise my sister, my brother, and me. Then she was diagnosed with Alzheimer's in 2001, before she ever accomplished any of the things she wanted to do. By confining my life to my cubicle, wasn't I making the same mistake my mother made? Why was I lingering when I could be living? The very thing my mom wanted most. 3 yard sales, several plane reservations, and 1 resignation letter later, here I am. Even though my mom never created a formal bucket list, I've brainstormed 9 things around the world that she wanted to do but didn't. The plan is for Jason to spend 3 weeks with me in Peru, then return to California. After he is gone, I will continue on my own through South America, then Africa and Asia, checking things off my list for Mom and achieving a few of my personal goals too. I've never heard of anyone else leaving a marriage like this, not on purpose, while it is still new and good and fresh. I am grateful Jason loves me enough to let me leave, but I know it's a risk. This year of monogamous separation will either make us stronger or wrench us apart for good. It will prove that I can make 1 revolution of the planet and find my way home again. Or that I can't. This part about sleeping at the airport was my idea, to maximize time and money. We had been in motion all day long, driving from my friend's house in Moreno Valley to the Los Angeles airport, then flying to Panama City, and then to Lima. Our flight arrived past midnight, and our next flight, a quick 1-hour hop to Cusco, Peru, is scheduled to board at 4 a.m. Since there are few budget accommodations within 40 miles of the Lima airport, it only made sense to sleep in the airport for a few hours. "So when I vowed to be with you for better or worse," Jason says, "yeah, this is the worst part." Our sleeping situation appears to be common at this airport, where many international flights arrive late and the domestic flights begin early. The floor smells septic and is littered with the bodies of fallen travelers. The tired and weary are flopped across every possible surface, from the nicotine-stained couches in the smoking lounge to the air-conditioned corners of the food court.